Going on, everybody? What is going on? The catch. Fam, I hope you guys are phenomenal tonight, man. Hope everyone out there is doing fantastic. Hope you guys have had a great post 4th of July weekend. Hope everyone has had a safe and fun couple of days. And I hope you guys are ready for another 2024 fantasy football draft. We are hopping into fantasy football draft through Underdog Fantasy tonight. It's late. I'm tired, but you guys know I'm fiending for some fantasy football action. So we're here tonight. Pete's in the house. We're going to talk some fantasy football. We're going to have some fun. Hope you guys are prepared. Pete, what's going on, man?
Not much. Hanging out. I'm here for emotional support,
Yes.
as per usual. So let's see. You're threatening a dangerously insane team tonight. So let's see if you can deliver.
Always am. I think I'm going to switch it up a bit tonight and just, I don't even know what I'm going to do, but we're going to do something different. So I'm going to give it like one more minute here, because some of you guys out there might be rolling in here. Might want to draft with me. Really for tonight, I was looking at Best Ball Mania or the Pitbull. Yeah, that's about it. Maybe a weekly winners if I'm feeling spicy, but maybe a big dog $500 entry. Just kidding.
Everybody's waking up now.
Yeah. So the Pitbull, they have a 15 or a 30-second per pick. But yeah, Pitbull's 100K for first. I think we'll do the Pitbull. I mean, it's plenty of Best Ball Mania entries. So for those of you guys out there who want to join, 30 seconds per pick, Pitbull, let's do it. We got 10 spots available, so that's good. You guys should be able to get in if you are interested in drafting. We'll see how quickly this fills. Cameron, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Come draft tonight, man. We need you. Mitchell, what's going on? Hello, hello. Appreciate you coming out. Vincent's in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Hope everyone is doing fantastic. All right, let me get a couple things set up here. Cameron says, I'm in Maine for the summer, and the legislature just banned all DFS and baseball sites. No.
Nice. That's weird because Maine has the most guns per capita in the United States, I believe. That place is like all freedom all the time.
Jeez. But no DFS.
Yeah, that's insane. They're like run by a bunch of libertarians. That's wild. I can't even believe that.
No DFS in Maine.
Just go over the border to like Ontario or wherever, and we can get in those goofy drafts that we were talking about last night.
Yeah,
Just go to Canada.
I don't know if I read that as baseball or best ball sites, but if I said baseball, I'm sorry. No baseball in Maine. Tommy, what's going on, man? How are you? All right, so 9 spots left. If this starts to go too slow, I'll just hop into Best Ball Mania. But I would think with this being $5 cheaper per entry, it would fill a little bit quicker. We'll find out. All right. Get our poll set up for the night. I guess this is also a weekend where like people are traveling and everything.
Mm-hmm. People
coming home.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They're going out one last time, maybe with the fam. Saturday night.
Cool. I did hear fireworks like 20 minutes ago.
That's irresponsible.
It is. All right. Here, I'm gonna leave the draft. I'm gonna see if Best Ball Mania is any quicker. I left the draft. If any of you guys were in that draft with me, let's see what's going on over here. Okay, I failed a draft. I'm sorry. I don't think anyone was waiting on me.
Breaking hearts over here. People just desperate to draft with us.
Oh, I've been drafting like every night, so
That's
all right.
true.
Oh my gosh, the 1-3 every underdog draft, man. I'm drafting like literally like go back and watch the streams. I'm always in like the first 4 or 5 picks.
It
I
knows you're a sponsor and it gives you a top pick.
It might. I don't have any well, I don't want to say any. I hardly have any exposure to like picks 7 through 12. Like a lot of those players that go in that range, like Puka Nakua, AJ Brown, Brees Hall, Jameer Gibbs, Garrett Wilson. I like no Garrett Wilson shares. So it's just interesting. But okay, here we go from the 1-3. Let's do it. I don't care. Cameron says, do the other view. It's a lot more interesting to see who's available. You think? I'll switch between them. I get thrown off. The way I have things set up, actually, it helps me a lot if this is in front of me. But maybe like every round, I'll show the other view. All right. Just give me CD Lamb.
Yeah.
And let's move on. I mean, at least I know like I get one of those top tier studs like every draft. But
until that top tier stud, all the top tier studs go down, and it's a draft built on 8 through 12. It's a year built on 8 through 12.
And I prefer those later picks too, because I prefer the early second round pick. But it's just payback from all the sleeper mocks we've done where you're at the 1-2.
1-2.
Cameron says CD will break the single season receptions record. See,
what's Slant Boy? Slant Boy has that, doesn't he?
169 is my.
I find that hard. I find that hard to believe.
That's just my. Let's see, single season.
No, I mean, the Cowboys aren't going to throw the ball that much record. Like that. Like the Saints that year were just stupid. There's a reason why they called him Slant Boy.
It was a 149. I was off by 20.
Still. Slant Boy runs 3-yard routes. CeeDee Lamb actually runs legitimate routes. He'll catch a 40-yard touchdown. It's not too many routes, too far downfield.
Man, the closest in... No, Cooper Kupp had 145 in 2021. But
that was for the full season, wasn't it?
No, I don't think it was. Was it that year? Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, because it's the year he won Super Bowl MVP. Cameron, here's who's available: Gibbs, M.H. Jr., London, JT, Chris Olave, Ayuk, Collins. We have a super early Devonta Smith and Jalen Waddle pick here. Interesting. But okay. Yeah, so Kupp had 145 in 2021. Marvin Harrison, not to be confused with Marvin Harrison Jr., had 143 in 2002. AB had 136 in 2015, as did Julio Jones. They both had 136 that year, which is kind of weird. And then CD Lamb had 135 last year. AB 129 in 2014. JJ 128 in 2022. Diggs 127 in 2020. And those are your top attempts thus far. So if anyone can do it this year, I guess CD or Amon-Ra. I actually kind of would give a nod to Amon-Ra because I just feel like
they run the ball. They run the ball too much.
That's true too. That's true too.
Like nobody, I don't think that record's getting broken. Nobody runs that Saints offense anymore.
So, hold on. Let me make this draft pick.
Yeah, but it was just like truly Slant Boy running slants all season. That's all it was. That's all he did. I remember played in that playoff game and got a goose egg threw up on him from Xavier Rhodes because all he does is run 3-yard routes. CeeDee Lamb is going 25, 40 yards downfield. Oh, look, a touchdown. God, I hate that Sean Payton offense. It's the worst.
I'm going to see if I can pull up. Not that it.
Cortland Sutton's breaking it this year.
He might. Michael Thomas route tree 2019.
Slants, and more slants.
Slants made up 31% of his routes.
That's insane.
That is insane. The next highest was a dig route at 14.3.
Yeah.
Out at 10.8. Then a 9 route at 10.1. Everything else is at 5.9 or less.
So like over 50% of his routes were within 6 yards of the line of scrimmage.
That is crazy.
Oh man, I ran slants, outs, and digs. I'm such a threat as a wide receiver.
He was a beast that year, though.
Yeah. What did he do in his playoff game? Remind me.
Well.
Yeah. What did he do there?
Maybe not much.
Yeah, the road was closed. Road's closed, baby. Road's closed.
He's still in the league.
I know. Finding his way on. Is he? God knows where is he? I don't know. Somebody's practice squad. Carolina.
Whatever he wants.
Tennessee.
Gosh, such a big fall off too. 1,700 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns that year, 149 receptions off 185 targets. Then basically nothing the rest of his career.
It's his career.
Yeah.
It's because he's slant boy.
And can get over injury, man. So let's see here. Cameron says that's the thing. I don't think Dallas is going to be very successful with the run. I mean, that's fair. It's fair. But it's a tough record.
Yeah, I just think they're going to be more successful in the passing game.
Fair.
Like instead of it taking 7 receptions to get down the field, CD can do it in 2.
And let's see.
And Dallas throws the ball downfield a good bit. They definitely push the ball downfield. We might see more Jake Ferguson is the problem. Like Jake didn't really come on till late.
We will.
Jake the Snake Ferguson receptions.
Saints roster 2019.
13-win team. Yeah, they won 13 games. They were a 13-4 team that year.
Dude, Ted Ginn Jr. had 30 catches. Traquan Smith had 18.
What Taysom Hill have though? Taysom Hill, that was the big Taysom Hill, like kind of foray. He had a lot of running, probably more than anything.
No, I don't think he was on this team.
Yeah, Taysom Hill definitely was. He had a huge playoff game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just not list.
He might have not caught any passes. He might have just
yeah. You're right. It's just not listing him where like under offensive starters, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Kamara had 81 catches, but then Josh Hill at tight end 25 catches, and then like literally the rest is Michael Thomas 149. Like Drew Brees had completed 281 passes, and yeah, so that's over half of those to Michael Thomas. If I'm doing my midnight math correct.
About that. Close enough.
So yeah, you really need a team. Like you can have a team with a good running back, but maybe not 2 good running backs like Monty and Gibbs and
they didn't
of Dan Campbell.
Yeah, we're gonna run the football. Like New Orleans wasn't running the football with Alvin Kamara. They were throwing him the football.
Right. I want to draft ETN just because he's on the thumbnail.
Okay.
But yeah, the rest of the team
triple running back.
Yeah, triple running back over here. Told you I'm gonna get weird tonight.
Yeah. I like it. We saw it last night. Going all in.
No, I have no strat. I mean, we're really just talking.
This is true. Oh wait, I got a draft. Here we go.
We're drafting and talking. That's all good.
We're making fun of Michael Thomas.
We're having a large Michael Thomas debate and discussion
Good.
tonight.
I'll talk shit about the Saints anytime.
That I know. Shane, what's good, man? Missed it. Dang it. I was trying to wait. I waited like a whole minute before I started, but even then, that was like 10 minutes ago. Albert, good to see you. What is up, homie? Man. Okay, what picks do I have after this? 70 and 75. Dude, we're going hero wide receiver tonight. Give me all the running backs. Give me all the running backs. Give me Pacheco. Shane, what's going on, man? How many slots are in Underdog League? Just wondering. There's plenty. I'll drop the link in the chat for you guys. There's plenty. Actually, hold on. I think there's only like 3 people, including myself, in there. So, yeah. If you guys want to, oh, Smokey already in there. So we got plenty of room. But yeah, if you guys want to join our slow draft, trying to get these filled throughout the off season. Just dropped it in the chat for you guys. It's a $10 entry, I believe. Thoughts on Jalen Tolbert as wide receiver 2 for the Cowboys? I mean, like he might not even end up being the wide receiver 2, but
who knows? Yeah, it could literally be anybody for Dallas. I will be not at all surprised by whoever is second in wide receiver.
I still think it's Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
He's still more of like, even if he's gonna line up as a wide receiver 2, but someone could. He has a role, you know what I mean? Like, and a guy like Jalen Tolbert could have a different role that I don't know.
The Cowboys feel so bad this year. So bad, so weird.
They're definitely in a spot where they could combust for sure.
Yeah. Lame duck head coach, quarterback looking for 60 million, about to hit free agency, and he's not worth 60 million.
He's in a walking boot.
He's in a walking boot on a boat.
I mean, if his contract was up last year, I think he'd definitely be getting the money.
Yeah, he'd be maybe not. I don't know. That playoff game would have left a lot of bad taste in people's mouths.
That's true too.
Whereas Kirk Cousins was lighting it up in the middle of the regular season before tearing his Achilles. So it was like, oh, okay.
That's true too. Tolbert was drafted in the 2nd round. Yeah, but it doesn't really mean anything. I mean, he's going into his 3rd season. He has 24 catches in his career. You know, Quentin Johnston was drafted in the 1st round last year. You see all kinds of wide receivers in the first couple
in front of Jordan Addison and Zay Flowers.
Yeah, I mean, you know, production is going to be key at the end of the day. And the Cowboys have not been very good at developing their wide receivers over the past couple of years.
Well, they got cute with Michael. It was like, hey, Michael Gallup was like kind of good there for a minute before he left and then came back. Yeah, but that's what I said. That's like the last wide receiver they drafted and developed. That was like, I mean, CD was kind of a can't miss prospect.
Yeah, CD is like they need to develop him, you know.
Yeah, and he fell to them. He was the clear number 1 receiver and fell to them.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going back-to-back wide receivers with these picks.
They seem to do okay with tight ends, though.
Yeah, they always find a way to have a relevant tight end. That is true.
And usually running backs.
Like, I'm not drafting Tolbert. Like, Tolbert, maybe a guy that pops up on the waiver wire as the season goes on. But I don't really see it.
I gotta see it. Like,
right. Redraft wise, I mean, what is his ADP at Underdog? Maybe for his ADP is 204. Like he's one of those guys you want to draft him with your final pick if you've selected Dak and CD, Ferguson, whatever. You're going for an offensive stack. That's one thing. But I mean, you can get him at the last 2 rounds. Not like the selections there are great. Now, dynasty wise, if you're asking like in terms of dynasty, you're just out there looking on the waiver. It really depends on the specific roster. And that's the thing this time of year when it comes to dynasty rosters. If you're out there looking at guys like Jalen Tolbert, then I don't know. It's probably not worth it, right? You're probably overthinking it.
Yeah. You're over analyzation, I think.
It's hard this time of year with dynasty because there's just nothing going on, It's easy to go out there and look at the waiver and guys like that. Do you know anything about Jets' second-year wide receiver Xavier Gibson? Heard some good stuff recently.
Yeah, he all right.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that in terms of the Jets, it's similar to the Cowboys, right? Someone's going to step up as a wide receiver too if Aaron Rodgers is fully healthy. But you got a really weird group here. Mike Williams, Alan Lazard are still there. Then you got rookie Malachi Corley, who a lot of people like. Then you got Gibson, who last year had some flashes in his rookie season.
I'm really high on Mike Williams. I'm way higher on Mike Williams than I think most people are. I'm very high on Mike Williams. I think he's going to be a touchdown machine. Aaron Rodgers is very finicky on who he trusts, and Mike Williams is a very sure-handed red zone threat. He's going to get a lot of targets in the red zone.
I mean, he actually looked great before he got hurt last year. That's the big problem with him, right?
Well, that means he's in for a good year. It's an every other year thing with him and Keenan Allen, it felt like. And now that they're not together, maybe they'll be the healthiest can be.
That's fair. He hasn't missed that much time over the years if you go back and look at games played.
But it's just like nagging stuff, and you remember the big ones.
Nagging. It's always
you can't
have the confidence to put him in your lineup because you don't know if he's fully healthy or not, right?
And it's the Chargers.
That's true too. But yeah, you are high on him, which I don't dislike. I always, if you got a guy,
somebody's got to be a wide receiver too for the Jets. Somebody.
He was cooking your Vikings the week he got hurt. So
yeah, we tore his knee because of it. We got real mad about that.
But yeah, I mean, if I'm taking a shot on a late round Jets player, it's Malachi Corley. But I feel like you're hunting out there in dynasty leagues right now. Second-year Jets tight end Jeremy Ruckert was eyeing him last year. Conklin out for a while, injury. I don't know anything about Jeremy Ruckert. I will not lie to you. Played a little bit last year. No more than 4 targets in a single game. Went to Ohio State. He is 0% rostered on Sleeper. Conklin might be out, but what I'm looking at on Sleeper doesn't say anything. But I'm not saying that's not the case.
Conklin's the man, though.
Yeah. I'm sorry. The latest news on Sleepers, Conklin boosts stock with acrobatic catches.
Oh.
It's one of the stars of OTAs.
Here you go.
What type
that hurt?
What type? Do you have any update on an injury, Tommy? Like specific injury? Let me know. All right, I got to plan these next 2 draft picks on this weird team that is loaded at running back.
That feels good, though. I feel tough when I'm loaded at running back.
Barkley, Henry, Etienne, Pacheco is...
That's so intimidating. That's so scary.
I do like that. I'm hoping I get Cortland. No, of course I don't get Cortland's son. Why'd I have to say something?
Yeah. We could enter those guys in like a squat competition, too. See how we go.
True. My team would win on squats alone.
For real. Henry and Barkley. Oh, my God. And I feel like Pacheco is probably he just runs angry. I know he's got some power on those legs.
I just drafted Tyler Lockett, and I feel
That's
gross.
bad. That's not great.
I just feel gross about that. Curtis Samuel or Tyler Lockett?
Ugh. Ugh. Give me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, this is
Do we
not
have a quarterback? No.
I'm going 0 QB on this team.
Okay, he's going way out there.
Yeah, I'm just going for trying to check on Tyler Conklin's. I don't see anything coming up for injury. So if he's out, Tommy, it's probably just because he's a veteran. And yeah, I don't see anything coming up for injury right now. All right. Do I go ahead and go tight end? Maybe taking Joku? Or do I just grab another receiver? I also could have gone Jordan Love, then Romeo Dobbs, and had to. Oh, no, Dobbs is gone. Okay, never mind.
There you go.
I think I'm going to go Josh Palmer here.
Okay, that feels a little less icky.
Especially since I was thinking about going in Joku, but he's now gone. So let's go Palmer. We need like pure upside. I don't know, or wide receiver 1 potential.
Yeah, he is.
Lockett at least maybe will have like those 3 or 4 weeks where he's still relevant and scores.
Like, yeah, I know, man. Way. He just kind of looked old last year.
I'm not a fan of.
Yeah,
it's a weird tier. Curtis Samuel, Tyler Lockett, Romeo Dobbs, Josh Palmer, Rashid Shaheed, Shakir, A.D. Mitchell. It's just a weird spot. So maybe it was CJ Zalmer or something. Rutgers. It's probably because if you're on Dynasty, it might be showing a higher percentage for Rutgers. Is probably what it is. Because I think since I pulled it up just in a mock draft is what I usually have pulled up. It's probably just showing redraft. Because I actually wondered about that as soon as I said that. I don't. If you have a feeling about a Jets second string tight end, then go for it. But your team's pretty good at tight end, isn't it, Tommy? I mean, it never hurts in tight end premium to be hunting, I guess, but. All right. Shane, have you done a 14-team draft before? Yes. Work league is turning into that. Need to practice. It's $100 league. Need some draft.
Yeah, God bless Shane. God bless.
Yeah. So first thing I'll tell you, because I played in a league for a long time. I still play in this league, but the rules change every year. I've been in this league for a really long time. For a long time, though, it was a 14-team league. So the first thing you want to identify and get comfortable with are wide receiver 2s that you like, because you're going to have to get depth at wide receiver in later rounds, and you're going to get comfortable with guys like Romeo Dobbs, Rashid Shaheed, right? JSN. You're going to get comfortable starting guys like that, right? And same goes with kind of like lower tier running backs. Like you're not going to have like a team with Gibbs and Pacheco or, Hall. And I mean, unless you just draft like 3 or 4 running backs in a row, which you're not going to do, but basically value is just going to be lesser at your flex spots, at your RB2 spots, maybe even at your wide receiver 2 spot. And also, obviously there's 14 teams, so you don't need to panic. But quarterback's going to be more scarce, as is tight end. So you're probably going to want to identify what range you want to go QB or tight end. And you don't need to go like super crazy, but also those positions hold more value, right? Tight end holds more value because tight end basically
there's just drop off. Yeah. There's a drop off.
As is, right?
It's better than it's been in years past, though, it feels like.
Sure.
There was like 1 or 2 years there where it was like, oh my God, it's the top 3 tight ends and a chasm.
Right. So don't panic too much. And let's see. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flex. Yeah, 2 flex is tough too.
You're going to be starting some of these. You're going to be starting some of these bad people.
Yeah.
That's so
I'm trying to think if ours was double flex. I think at one point it was 2 QB, which was hard. And I think at one point it was double flex too. But this commissioner just likes to make it hard every year, one way or another. Like a lot of times we only have like 3 bench spots, which is really fun. It keeps the waiver wire like super active too. One league we had 20 teams. That was he is like, we're not doing that ever again. But that was an experience for sure. So yeah, just get comfortable with, you don't need like super high ceilings, when it comes to some of the players that you're going to be starting in the flex, especially with double flex spots. Do have 1 keeper minus Bijan. That's good. What round? Because I would imagine that's your first rounder, right? By the way, I got sniped again. I was going to wait longer for quarterback, but having Watson and getting Jordan Love, I thought I could get Tavion Wicks maybe at 11-3, and he gets sniped right out of my hands. But it doesn't matter. It's okay. We got Jahan Dotson. All right. But yeah, it's been a while. It's been a couple years since I did a 14 team. And only like 3-ish years, I want to say. Because that league started to drop down a little bit. Last year was just 12, and it was super flex. Year before, double QB. He changed.
I told you, I want a 17-team guillotine league.
Every year I'm like, I do want to just make a league that makes no sense. Like
17-team, the super flex, 17-team super flex guillotine league.
Well, wait. There's 32 teams. So I think it's 16-team.
No, we got to go 70. Someone's not getting a second quarterback.
Well, yeah, then they got to start a offense. I mean, yeah.
It's part of the guillotine. And we're cutting, baby. We're cutting every week. And they're going right to the bottom of the waivers.
Scary. Love Star says, I have 0% Bijan Brees over Bijan. This is the great debate of the first round running backs this year. I like both basically equally. You have like
Bijan was solid last year, and he can't possibly be worse than he was last year.
No, there's only room to improve. And frankly, there's a lot of room for Brees Hall to improve too.
Year 2.
And
year 2 off the knee.
Is he going to get as many dump offs? Like, he's probably going to have Aaron Rodgers throwing to him, not whatever that carousel QBs was last year, who were frequently dumping off the football. But he's going to be a huge part of that game plan for sure. So
the screen game will like actually be effective, and teams will be surprised by a screen instead of like, oh yeah, we know the Jets can't throw the ball 10 yards downfield.
Yeah. I guess I'm going. I feel like I need to go receiver every other pick, so I'm gonna go Ricky Pearsall if he's here. Hopefully he is.
Shouldn't have said his name out loud.
No, then I got to get at least 1 tight end.
Oh, worried there.
And give me Pearsall. And then I'm gonna probably go Musgrave, especially now that Freiermuth is gone. Unless I get sniped. The way we do it, everyone's 1 round or first round is gone. My friend just tried to get me to join and start a 10 dynasty league all Superflex. 10
That's
team.
fun.
That's not too bad. Most dynasty leagues are Superflex now as well. But I do like single quarterback. That's why we have them. Okay, I'm going Musgrave. And I think I'm going to get Baker next round. Yeah, give me Luke Musgrave. Go Baker and Demarcus Robinson. Here's the team so far. We got J-Lo at QB. Barkley, Henry, ETN, Pacheco. That's the good part of this team.
That is the good part of the team.
Hero wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb, Deontay Johnson, Christian Watson, Tyler Lockett, Josh Palmer, Jahan Dotson, Ricky Pearsall, Luke Musgrave at tight end. See what happens here. I'm having fun. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Oh, I read that wrong. Every starting slot is a super flex slot. No, you just can't do that because then you can't mitigate like during the draft. Like
someone going, yeah,
right. You would have to have a rule in place that like, let's see, there's 10 teams, so like no one can draft more than
3 quarterbacks.
Three quarterbacks is what I was going to say, but that might even be too much.
Like, yeah, I would literally just go quarterback, my first 4 picks. Or
you
something
have
like that.
to as well. Yeah. Yeah, you just I don't think you can do it. It would be it'd be an interesting experiment, but I don't even think a league like that would last. Is the problem with Dynasty. Like, you want to set up your league so that people want to play in it long term, and I just don't know if people will be coming back for that one.
That's a good. I mean, it's a good one if you want to do like it's a one-off, like a redraft.
I was gonna say redraft it would be interesting. But yeah, I just don't think it would work in Dynasty. At least your friends have interesting suggestions. All right. Sorry, I'm throwing together a queue over here.
I'm trying to think of other unique fantasy. You pick entire position groups. So it's like it's not players, it's position groups for team. So it's like 49ers running back, Eagles wide receivers.
That'd be really hard to do. Like,
yeah, it would be, but it would make it. I feel like it would make it interesting because, like, the Dolphins all of a sudden become like, man, do I want to take the Dolphins wide receivers as my first pick?
I feel like who would have more value?
Wide receiver. I feel like a wide receiver core would.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, who would have more value than the Dolphins wide receivers?
The Eagles, maybe. You get
maybe
AJ Brown, Devonta Smith. The Vikings, not terrible.
Yeah. Maybe if Higgins still with the Bengals. It's August time. Maybe the rain. I mean, maybe not more than some of those other teams, but Puka and Cup might be up there.
And then you could do like running back tight ends. Like you get the running backs and the tight ends. So then that makes it like, oh, have the Chiefs.
Gibbs Laporta would definitely be up there.
Yeah, Chiefs, Kelsey, and Pacheco.
Pacheco would be nice too.
Like, these are interesting. The goal was to find interesting ways to play.
That would definitely have to be like commissioner ordained too, because there's just like no other way to facilitate that. All right, I want to draft Aaron Rodgers. just to switch up exposure, then try and get Malachi Corley with his next pick. Because Demarcus Robinson, He's my most drafted player in Underdog, so whatever. But he goes at 159. Like teams are just not sleeping on. This team's got Puka. I mean, he's named Rams 1. Every time someone takes him early or earlier than me, it's never a team that even has Stafford. Like if you had Stafford and Puka, Stafford and Cup, I get it, but oh well. I'll stop complaining. I don't think I'm going to draft another running back on this team. They all have different bye weeks. They're all studs.
That's perfect. Perfect.
They can all finish in the top 5. I'll just go.
Different bye week. What was it? Was it the last time you drafted the same bye week with like 4 guys?
Happens.
Does happen.
Give me Malachi Corley. Let's get a little late round Roger stack for no reason.
I went Puka. Did the Puka Kyron stack last night on the draft. I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that in real life.
All right. I feel like this draft went by pretty fast.
People are getting professional at their drafts now. They know exactly who and where they want people.
Definitely. And I feel like we only have like I still feel like the drafts are actually a little soft right now. There's definitely plenty of people who know what they're doing and what they want to do. But it's going to change in a couple of weeks here where there's going to be way more people drafting, way more people paying attention. It's going to be a lot more difficult.
I feel like it could also counter where some people maybe aren't super locked in and they think they know what they're doing and they make some rookie mistakes over here.
That's true too. And a lot is going to happen through training camp and leading into the end of August too.
We don't need to talk about it. We don't need to talk about the daily reports on who is looking awesome in camp and who just blew out their knee and is out for the season.
Exactly. I mean, there's people being drafted right now who are going to miss time this year. Hopefully not a lot. Shane, I've seen people do drafts where they can only draft a team. Only play people from the team they draft. How many teams do you get? Who would go first? It's probably the same as. Well, no, if it's
it's got to be the Niners. I would take the Niners. You got to take the Niners first.
Yeah, I mean you get Purdy.
I mean
CMC,
Purdy,
Debo,
CMC,
Ayuk, Kittle.
Yeah, I'm taking the Niners first.
I would say
the Dolphins also.
Eagles and Dolphins. And the Eagles might even. It's very close there. Eagles, you get Goddard, Barkley.
Yeah.
Because at least it's a good tight end in theory, right? Johnny Smith's starting tight end for the Dolphins, but Hill might outweigh that. Then plus A-Chain and Mostert is like crazy. And I feel like the Lions are maybe still there just because Laporta is ranked as tight end 1. And you get Gibbs and Monty. Goff is still.
You'll take Amon-Ra too, and you get Amon-Ra. Yeah. Kansas City? I can't. I mean,
and I feel like the Texans too.
The Texans. Yeah, somebody's got to score. We're just taking that. Actually makes it work. All the Texans have to do is score points. I don't need to have the right guy.
There's 32 teams, so everyone just gets one team.
Yeah, screw that. It's just where your draft pick is. That's so stupid.
See, like I'd like to at least have like 2 teams, 3 teams.
Yeah, that's dumb. Oh man, I got the 32nd pick. Thanks. I have the Panthers.
Yeah, that.
Like the season's over.
How do you determine the draft?
Yeah. Dude, you have a fight to the death. We have a fight to the death.
Yeah. I got the Patriots.
Oh.
Some people get drafted.
Everyone outside of the top 10 gets drafted.
Basically, yeah. I mean, I guess there's always a sleeper team or 2 in there, but
I mean,
yeah, that would be certainly interesting. I would try it. Why not? As long as I don't have to pay. I wouldn't pay to be in that league.
I like a 10-team league, so you do 3 teams each. Everybody gets 3 teams.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Because I feel like that would be pretty balanced. You'd have a big enough pool to pick from. All right, give me. I'm pretty high on Chicken Conquo as a late round tight end. Maybe I'm too high. I don't know. All right, there's a number of players I'd consider here. I might just go Dameon Pierce.
Yeah, Dameon Pierce. What happened to him, man?
Well, I like him as a handcuff because I do think if Mixon goes down, I mean, he's a 1,000-yard rusher 2 years ago. I think he just steps
Dameon
right
Pierce looked like he was about to be a stud.
Yeah. Because it's not like I need wide receivers, but it's like Tyler Boyd or Odell Beckham, and I'm reaching for either of those guys right now. Like I'm not gonna. It's just bad.
I legitimately forget Odell Beckham still plays in the National Football League most weeks.
Or I can go Bryce Young and then try to get to Tavion Sanders as my last pick. I do have Deontay Johnson on this team. I'm just gonna do that. Joe Mixon's gonna be healthy. Time to start it. The catch team draft. You'd have to have the commissioner basically does the whole draft. Cause and it'd be like you wouldn't be doing a traditional draft at all.
We're gonna have a flag football tournament and we're gonna play it on consecutive weekends for a month.
Dude, no, that would be
that'll determine the draft order.
If we could fly everyone out, it's and I feel like I'd suck at flag football. I played center when I played flag football, and which was cool because like you got to hike the football, and then you get to run a route, but
you get to run around.
There's like never anyone paying attention to you, or whoever is. It's usually like they underestimate you.
That's how you know you play center in like comp flag football is like one of the most important positions there is. Usually it's a fast guy that can run.
This was like I was in like the 5th grade,
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And I was a chubby kid, but
it's always the husky kid.
I could catch, dude, and I was a beast. So that's my story. But
I like it.
If we can get a subscriber flag football game to happen one year, I'm so down. But I have to play center if that happens. Flag football is fun.
It's definitely fun.
That was like at that time, if you weren't sure if you could play contact football, that was like your introduction. And then I played contact football that year too.
And then you finish high school and then you play flag football again.
Yeah. This is all your body can handle.
It's all it did. That's all we did in college is play flag.
Now, you know what else I would like to get into is ultimate frisbee, dude.
I don't think you're ready for that route tree.
Dude, that stuff's crazy.
Those guys are insane.
They make some wild catches too.
Absolutely crazy. I definitely can't throw a frisbee good enough to play ultimate frisbee.
I played it in like 6th grade.
Yeah.
I'm going back to my true glory days on tonight's stream. But yeah, I was watching some highlight because there's ultimate frisbees on like ESPN 5 or whatever now.
Yeah, during the summer.
Yeah, dude, and like I saw some highlights from whatever's, and I'm like, oh my gosh, these dudes are balling out.
It makes sense. It's easier to grab. The catches make sense. Like it's easier to grab.
Yeah, for sure.
And it kind of hovers. So like if you can throw that thing like 60 yards and it kind of floats at the end so you can get under them. I've seen that too.
And they like lay themselves out there, dude.
Not gonna lie, they were really pretentious when I was working in college and dealing with that stuff. They kind of suck. They kind of suck to deal with. It's like, chill, guys. You're playing frisbee. The fields are open.
Most pretentious group of people is like men's volleyball. Pickleball.
Or lacrosse, something like that.
Yeah, that's true too. It's always
pickleball was not a thing when I was in school, so
Okay.
thank God.
I'm gonna go to Tavion Sanders, I guess.
There was no men's volleyball league.
Yeah, volleyball pretentious.
We had co-ed. There was co-ed and women's.
I do not know what this team is I just drafted. 1 year we should do a subscriber redraft where everyone flies to Vegas. We do the in-person draft poolside. That's what the work league is doing this year. See, I mean, I would be down. But the thing is, it is way harder to get.
You know what's way easier to do? Is you just Airbnb a house somewhere with a massive pool.
Yeah, it's just way harder to get that many people together than you'd think.
And to pay for that in Vegas? Come on, guys.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I am down to do something like that at one point in time.
Definitely an in-person. The ultimate.
I've seen other channels do it, but it's like, it's usually like an Airbnb place. And like, I mean, we'll see. I mean, Shane, you're first on the list. So, all right, here's a team that made no sense tonight. Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers, Bryce Young. So I got Aaron Rodgers with Malachi Corley. Bryce Young. We got Deontay. We kind of went hero wide receiver. And then we got Tavion Sanders, right? J-Lo is hanging out with Christian Watson and Luke Musgrave. So we got plenty of stacks here. We are loaded at running back. Barkley, Henry, Etienne, Pacheco. No depth. We're just riding these 4 guys into the sunset, which is fine, I think. Wide receivers turn out as Lamb, Deontay Johnson, Christian Watson, Tyler Lockett, Josh Palmer, Jahan Dotson, then 2 rookies and Ricky Pearsall and Malachi Corley. We're betting on Luke Musgrave. Then we got Chicken Conquo and Jatavion Sanders. So, I mean, this team at least makes sense strategically. But it is interesting, to say the least. Tommy, I've seen something like there's professional flag football. You got girls. Yeah, it's getting big for sure.
And that the stuff that ESPN airs isn't even like it's kind of the stuff they do with like the ex-NFL guys. It's kind of different, but yeah. There's a whole circuit. They play tournaments. Not the greatest. There's always a fight. Somebody pulls a gun. It's not great.
Yeah, because what's 7-on-7 is really big too, you know?
Yeah, it's
which is basically just no contact football. I mean, like 2-touch football, which is like, I feel like it gets more competitive than real football at times. It's like, it's all about like speed and agility. You know, it's completely different. You don't have to
but they have to wear those stupid diaper hats, which I'm glad I never had to do that when I was in high school playing ball.
Hard Rock does it 150 a person for 4 hours, alcohol included.
We need a cabana. I want a cabana.
But think about, I'd rather just go to the beach. I feel like you get like a nice beach house and split it with 9 or 11 people. I don't know. I feel like everyone ended up miserable by the end of the.
People be fighting about the draft.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not friends.
All right, there's your draft, ladies and gentlemen. This was a weird team. I did not intend to go hero wide receiver tonight at all, but it just kind of happened. So.
Well, you got too turned on by those running backs, and you were just like, I'm going all in.
That was that was fun. I like having a couple of teams like this. So. All right, I'm way too tired to draft a second team. So that's all for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. 2 years ago, the work league flew us to Denver, did the draft in Airbnb, then took us to the first Bronco game of the year.
Wow.
You are working at the right place then.
Don't worry, the Catch Fantasy Football League will not be doing that.
Not at this point in time, but maybe one day.
I don't like the Broncos enough.
One lucky subscriber. Yeah, maybe not for the Broncos. But yeah, not anytime soon. Hopefully, that'd be cool for sure, though.
That would be cool.
All right, I'm getting out of here. Pete, I'll let you say goodbye, and we will end the stream.
Bye, everybody. Check out our shorts. They're coming out every day. They're awesome. Tell your friends about us that you're not playing fantasy football with. I know you don't want to give away your secrets.
That's true, too.
See you guys tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, we should be back on tomorrow. Probably run a mock draft. So, should be good to go. All right. Love you guys, man. Loves community. Love the Catch fam. We'll talk to you guys soon. With that, I will say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on the Catch. And